correct order to apply skincare routine for glowing skin.
Makeup remover, oil-based cleanser, water-based cleanser, toner, serums, eye cream, retinol, then moisturizer.
The biggest lie I was ever told was you needed a 12-step skincare routine to maintain clear, healthy skin. After trying so many different things over the years, this is about as complicated as my routine gets. Brush your teeth before cleansing your face. If you're prone to breakouts around your mouth, this tip is for you. Not only is toothpaste sensitizing, but bacteria can spread pretty easily from your toothbrush. Regardless if I'm wearing makeup or not, I always do a double cleanse. Sunscreen and built-up sebum need to be removed in order to properly cleanse your face. Melts everything away. You can technically just add water to this oil cleanser and milk it up and then rinse it off, but I love using a cloth of some sort. I'll dampen it and then remove off that first layer. It's really great for eye makeup too. Everyone needs this cleanser. In my opinion, you do not need to spend that much on cleansers when there's cleansers like this out in the world. It's super gentle, very reliable, and affordable. You really want to work this in for at least 60 seconds. I think that's the biggest mistake a lot of people make. You want to make sure you're hitting all of the nooks and crannies on your face more than once. After rinsing, I pat my skin dry with a clean towel, but you don't want to pat it completely dry because the next step works best on a slightly damp face, and that is a hydrating serum or mask. A lot of people don't know this, but hydrating ingredients need water to hold on to or can actually end up dehydrating your skin. Scaring my boyfriend with a mask on is always pure entertainment, and yes, he games in the closet.
You look like Michael Myers.
Alcohol? Now cleaning my LED mask with rubbing alcohol before I use it. And once I remove my sheet mask, don't throw it away yet because I then put it on my neck so we don't waste any of that product. We're gonna do a mix of blue and red light. But simply put, blue light kills acne causing bacteria and red light builds collagen, so I like to use both. If you know, you know. Then ending with my all-time favorite moisturizer by Clearstem. I really love this brand because it's catered to those with acne-prone skin, specifically cystic acne. Also, anyone that I've recommended this brand to has loved it, so I definitely stand by that. And then to end my routine, I spotted a little whitehead coming to the surface, so I'm putting on this mandelic acid serum and it clears it right up. I use this product all over my skin on exfoliation night.
Do not sell marijuana to my husband.
Okay.
My skincare routine is very extra. This pink bubble foam is the most satisfying cleanser. This is a $440 face serum. I know it's very expensive, but it's cheaper than getting lasers and Botox. This is a red light face mask. This one also vibrates. It's so good. These straps massage your head. Red light is so good for wrinkle prevention, acne scars. I highly recommend it. This cream is $300. It's an investment, I know, but it is so good. My skin has been loving it. And then this tool, I know you guys have seen it. Hailey Bieber uses it and it helps your products penetrate deeper into the skin.
Does anyone else feel like they spend so much time taking care of their skin only for their skin to continue to disrespect them by breaking out? Because that's literally me right now. I felt like a month ago I had the best skin of my life, and now I'm having zits all over my forehead, above my upper lip, and like 2 along my jawline. I don't really know what's in the water, but it needs to stop. I hope nobody takes this as complaining because I promise I'm not. Sometimes I just get a little annoyed because I feel like I put a lot of work and money into trying to take care of my skin. Meanwhile, my boyfriend does nothing and his skin is clear.
Face wash, cleanse skin, rinse and pat dry, toner, press into skin, vitamin C serum to brighten skin, hydrating serum to hydrate skin, hydrating cream, moisturize skin, SPF, rub into skin, lip balm to hydrate lips. All done.
Is it okay that my boyfriend is trying to convince me to let him hook up with my cousin? That's when my cousin tells me you should just let us do it. I looked over at her and I said, "Are you crazy?" And she said, "If you guys already have an open relationship, what's the difference?" I told her I wasn't going to be comfortable with her and my boyfriend doing it, and that she needed to get that idea out of her head. And she started trying to do reverse psychology on me. She said if I didn't let them do it, that he was going to eventually resent me, and that he would see me as the bad guy, and that he'd probably start looking for other girls. I could not believe that my own cousin was trying to do that to me. I started to cry and I asked her if she loved me at all. She then hugged me and says, "Of course I love you. This is the best thing for your relationship." Part of me started to actually believe what she was saying. I thought maybe he will resent me if I don't let them do it. After that, I didn't talk to my cousin for a few days. During that time, all my boyfriend did was ask me if he could see her again. I made the mistake of telling him that my cousin was down, and then he started pushing even more. He promised me he would only do it with her once, and that nothing would change between him and I. Here's the other thing. There's a guy who's always asked me out on dates, but I always say no. He contacted me and told me that he was finally single and that he really wants to see me. I told my boyfriend that if he was going to do it with my cousin, then I could.
Flew across the country, dyed my hair, had an allergic reaction, and shot a commercial all in one day. Get ready with me for bed while I tell you about the craziest day ever. I spent the month of January in LA. Of course, that just so happens to be the same month La Roche-Posay wants me to shoot a commercial with them. We land on the plane and go straight to the hair salon, get my hair dyed, go to bed, wake up, it's the morning of the shoot. When I tell you I woke up with the craziest allergic reaction I've ever had in my life. Okay, the shoot was for National Hyaluronic Acid Day, and we got to learn all about the Hylu B5 serum from La Roche-Posay and basically how to incorporate this into our routine. The shoot was so much fun. You guys, this has literally brought my skin back to life. It combines pure hyaluronic serum with also B5. I love this in the winter, especially to make sure my skin stays hydrated and plump. It's giving us juicy skin. Anyways, the shoot was so much fun. I really put my acting skills to the test. It was literally the best time. I got to learn all about hyaluronic acid and how important it is for our skin. I can't wait for you guys to see the final video from La Roche-Posay. I have very dry skin, like very dry skin. It's so good. I'm obsessed. My skin is just so healthy and glowing and juicy. Mwah! Thank you, La Roche-Posay. Good night.
When I was 13, I made the worst decision of my life. It traumatized me so much. I'm now 19 and I regret it every day. I decided to move away from my family to a completely different city 2 hours away and live in an apartment with 2 girls I barely knew, one of them I had never met, to pursue gymnastics more seriously. The way this worked is Monday through Friday we had gymnastics and we would do like school upstairs online, and then every night a different parent would come stay with us in our 1-bedroom apartment, and then at the end of the week on Friday we would all go back home and then drive back up to the apartment Sunday night. So I would see my mom like once or twice a week, and then some of Friday, all of Saturday, and some of Sunday. Why she let me do this, I have no idea. Also, all 3 of us were about the same age and I was in 8th grade. The only good thing that came out of this is I met one of my best friends who was the girl I didn't know. The gym environment ended up being absolutely traumatizing and we were all being abused. Things went south pretty quick. We were all crying multiple times a day. We would cry before practice, we would cry at night anticipating practice, we'd cry after practice, and our parents were like, you made this decision, like you gotta stick to it, but I don't think they knew how bad it was. We all started to experience panic attacks and we just wanted to be home. I absolutely hated like every second there, and I'm pretty sure they did too. I have so many stories of just whack, horrible things that happened there. But like I said, there was one good thing that came out of it, and that was meeting my best friend, and she was the girl that I didn't know when I first moved in. We became inseparable like super quick. We did everything together, and when we weren't at practice or worrying about practice, we were like laughing. The whole time we were supposed to be doing school, we would be laughing. Like, I never laughed harder than I did with that girl. We would have movie nights like all the time, and since we were all staying in the same bedroom, we ended up making a fort underneath our beds because they were all touching, and we'd watch movies under there. My best friend ended up bringing her cat, and we also had a hamster. That hamster is a story for a different time, but we had so much fun having like the cat there. We were definitely all trauma bonded because we went through so much together. I still talk to the girl I was best friends with. I actually FaceTimed her the other night, and she's my best friend I've ever had in my entire life. I wish I could have met my bestie in a different way because the damage was so not worth it. This entire thing lasted over a year, so let me know if you want more stories from this time in my life because I have so many.
I just found out the nastiest thing ever today. Have y'all seen that TikTok? It got like 1 million likes, and this girl was basically talking about how research showed that Chipotle uses human caca to grow their plants. Like, hello, what? You know, I haven't had Chipotle in like almost 4 years, but like still. So hopefully you guys like think before you go to Chipotle, because that's actually insane. Also, story time on the reason I don't eat Chipotle, and no, this is not because of what I just told you. So basically, like 3 to 4 years ago, I think, my church decided to go on this like little trip thing with all the youth. And we went and we saw like this Christmas light show, and it was really fun. And after that, we were obviously all hungry. It was like 8 o'clock, so we decided to go get some Chipotle. So I was on this church bus with some of my friends. There was a lot of kids on there I didn't like, and I thought they were kind of weird. But we all got our orders in, and I think we were all like running around outside the bus and like racing each other in the parking lot or something. After that, we got in the bus and we were all eating our food while the driver was driving back home. There was also this one kid I forgot to mention. He was just being really annoying the whole time, and he would like not shut up. But anyways, we were all eating, and this kid is not like being normal. Like, he's just messing around the whole time, and we're getting so annoyed. And then out of nowhere, he like throws up over like the whole freaking aisle of the bus. It was disgusting. And this isn't like a huge bus, like a school bus. It was like one of those like mini buses or whatever. Like, if anything, it was just like a really big white van. And mind you, while this was happening, we were still like an hour away from the church. So this dude's throw up is like in the aisle for the whole hour ride home. And I feel so bad for the kid next to him because he had like throw up all over him, and he was sitting next to this other kid and he kept trying to like touch him. But I think the thing that grossed me out the most is the fact that the Chipotle literally looked the same before it came out of his mouth. Like I just lost my appetite. I was so done. I was like, you know, I will just decide not to eat Chipotle ever again. And a good thing for that, because oh my gosh, the stuff they have found in Chipotle is insane. But anyways, that's it for my get ready with me. Bye.
Story time and skincare. I really hope that this story time triggers people because it had me so pissed off, and it happened to me yesterday, not once, but twice. Look, I ain't gonna lie here, I'm not gonna minimize the truth just so that I don't get hate comments. I work full time, I'm an entrepreneur, I work very hard, and I have people work for me. I am a boss, okay? Point blank, period. So yesterday, I had actually my own sister working for me, and we love working together. It is so much fun. She cooks for me, helps me out, does some phone calls. So yesterday she was calling because I needed to open a new phone plan, and she said, hi, my boss needs to open a new phone plan. And instantly the employee goes, does he already have a phone plan with us? And Bailey goes, it's she, actually. Then she called the eye doctor. She said, hi, I need to book an appointment for my boss. And the person goes, hi, has he been here before? She. No hate to those wonderful women. All I gotta say is it's so sad that you hear boss and you think he.
I know this may be a shocker to you, but Mexicans can also have light skin, light eyes, and blonde hair. I don't know why people have the misconception that Mexicans all need to look the same. This person apparently knows my DNA, even though I don't even know my DNA. What I do know is that both of my parents are Mexican. My grandparents, my great-grandparents, everyone as far back as I know is Mexican. Actually, one of my grandmothers came from a very small village in Mexico, and she was blonde with blue eyes. I have been loving this cream from Shiseido. By the way, I have really sensitive eyes, and this one is so good. Every Mexican is beautiful in their own amazing way. It's not as common to see a Mexican with light eyes and light skin, but that does not mean I'm not Mexican. And I'm also not a white Texican, as people love to box me. This is the Rhode Passion Fruit Lip Balm because I was actually born and raised in Mexico, and my family still lives there. I'm actually the only one living in the US for my immediate family. So never judge a book by its cover or a Mexican by how they look. And this routine really makes my skin glow.
Get ready with me whilst I tell you some really funny but traumatic experiences I had when I was at school and being a social media girl. Starting off, I think this is one that a lot of people always get shocked about because they're like, no way people asked you this. But teachers used to always ask me like, oh, how much do you earn a year? And like all these really, really personal questions about like my money. And like I just always used to think I would never ask a teacher how much they earn, so why are they asking me? A lot of people always expected, like because I had a following on social media, that a lot of people wanted to be my friend. But I'd say it was the complete opposite. People was kind of like, I don't even know what it was, but people was just so weird with me and like just was rude all the time. Be like, oh, she's a TikTok girl, like she's so prestige. But none of them would even speak to me. Like I made some really good friends in younger years and my years, but everyone else just had such an opinion when they didn't know me, which is one thing I find with social media, and a lot of my friends had the same issues growing up on social media. It's really annoying. I think one of the most funny, memorable things is the rumours people used to make about me, which was so far from the truth. And it used to literally make me giggle so much because I'd be like, that's just not true. Like, basically, some girls was throwing balls at the back of my head in PE. And I felt really dizzy, so I went to the medical woman and they made me, like, tell them what happened. Because I was like, I don't really care, but I had to tell medical what happened. And then medical told pastoral, which is, like, the people that, like, try to sort out problems. And I remember I was like, oh, this is just going to get me so much more problems. And then the whole of year 8 and 9, I had a rumour going around that apparently my parents paid the school to get me out of trouble. And my dog's sneezing like mad. Are you okay? But no, like, there was seriously a rumour going around that my parents owned part of the school. My parents paid the teachers not to get me in trouble. But in reality, they was all the ones that was being naughty and not me. That's why I just never got in trouble, because I was just the blooming victim of it all. But yeah, that was a very good rumour that went around. Everyone literally told everyone that my mum paid the school to get me out of trouble. Another thing was I was called Snobson because my last name's not actually Charlize, it's Hobson. And my whole school life, I was called Amelie Snobson because apparently I was a snob. In year 7, I had a red bag. So in year 7, most of the people used to call me Red Bag Girl because no one knew my name. If I ever had hate from anyone from school, like being horrible to me, and the school found out about it, the school would tell me to quit social media because that's the reason that I get hate. But, like, there would be kids that done dancing in my school that would get hate because they was, like, good at dancing. But they never got told to quit what they was passionate in doing. It was just because I done something different. If you want a part 2, let me know. I've got so much more.